Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. So this is going to be one of those mix episodes. We're going to continue on our field trip. This is really kind of the final episode for the fall planting. So we're going to take a field trip back out to the raised garden bed, and then we're going to come in, we're going to pick some of the veggies that we have out there, and you can see I have laid out just an amazing salad. So or the makings of a salad. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to pick some, we're going to come back, and we're going to make a beautiful salad. Can't go wrong with a great salad, and just we'll talk about some of the basics. So hey, let's make our way outside. So I couldn't wait to bring you outside so that you could see. This is like 6 weeks. So in 6 weeks time, look at this garden. Starting off with our cabbage, which are still making their way. And quite honestly, I woke up this morning thinking about it. I mean, honestly, I'm going to take some of these leaves and I'm going to cook some of these leaves even before the full head forms. But look at the romaine lettuce. Oh my God. Just amazing. You know, I have cut these down 2 times and they continue to grow. So we're actually going to cut some today. And they're going to be a part of the salad we're going to make. And then the Brussels sprouts. One of the things I had to do, you can see they're growing really big up front, but the back is not quite getting some of what it needs. Sun perhaps, so I've made some adjustments, pulled it out so we can have even growth. And then lastly, we've got, look at these collards. Look at these collards. Remember, these were the ones that I planted 2 weeks ago. They are amazing. These are just beautiful. I mean, these are going to be so delicious, so tender. And then the kale. I actually planted 2 more kale in the back, but it's just phenomenal growth. So let's talk a little bit about why we think we've had such success here. I talked about the foundations of making sure that you have great soil. So we've covered that. We talked a lot about that in the last episode. The 2 things that I want to mention today are really around watering and the sun. So some plants need a lot of sun. Typically speaking, your fall plants don't quite need as much sun, but we can see from the difference here, these have had more exposure than the ones in the back. So clearly this, I have to adjust this. And that's what planting and growing and having your own garden is about. It's about making the adjustments that are needed so you can find the right place. This is my first year growing in this space. Clearly this is going well. The sunlight is perfect, not too much. And so where these are positioned, they get the afternoon sun. So closer to, as you can see, the sun's kind of coming out now, and it's almost 1 o'clock. So it doesn't need too much sun, but it does really well. The second thing we want to talk about is watering. And so if you get natural water and it's frequent, guess what? You don't have to do anything. But I would say these need watering about every 3 days. And part of what I do is really kind of check the soil. So what I'm going to do is kind of show you how I typically do this. I've purchased a shower head that has more of kind of a rainforest type spray, and it's got all kinds of dials. I'll find one and put it in the comments for you. But you want something gentle. You can see that. You don't want to spray it really hard. And so I'm really kind of getting down below here, making sure that I'm able to get to the roots. Okay? And so if you do this, and I won't take the time to do the whole thing, but if you spray it, get it watered nicely, like every 3rd day, that should be plenty. And then you just want to make sure that it's nice, got a little air in my hose here, that you're getting everything watered, okay? Now another thing that I shared with you all about the watering is that when you buy one of these, it has the little rain. I'm going to ask the cameraman to come over a little bit so you can take a look at this. It has a little device here that when there's too much water, this starts raising up. It raises up, this little green thing. And then down here, it allows you to then open and close. So clearly there's some water in here. That tells me I really don't need to water this too much because it has water in it and it stores it. It has like a shelf. So the water falls down here and it has a shelf on top of it. So that's what you want to do. Again, kind of water your plants, your veggies frequently enough, but not too frequent. All right, so let's do a little cutting. Let's put this down for now. And what we're going to do is, let me grab this. We're going to get ourselves some nice romaine lettuce. And you know how I taught you how to cut just the tops because they do come back. And we're going to mix this with some spring mix salad and some kale. So as you can see, I'm just kind of cutting them. They're so tender. And anything that you grow, quite honestly, is going to be far sweeter, greener, tastier than anything that you find in the grocery store. So we're just going to take some off the top here because guess what? I want it to continue to grow. So as you can see, I'm just cutting the tips off, getting down, making sure I'm touching every single plant because I don't want it, I want it to keep growing. The more you cut, the more it grows. Okay? Now let's make our way over to the kale. This is going to be enough because I have quite a bit of spring mix. And we're just going to likewise just take some off the top. You can see here. And some of you might be like, kale, aren't you supposed to cook it? Guess what? This kale is so tender. No, it does not need to be cooked. It is going to be fantastic just the way it is. Okay? So I think this is about good enough. Again, I want it to continue to grow, and you have proof. You know that it continues to grow because you've seen me. If you followed me for the last 2 episodes, you've seen this go from about 5 inches to now this beautiful harvest. So let's go inside. Let's see what we can do to make this into an amazing garden salad. All right, so we're back. So what I've done actually is I took the lettuce and the kale salad. I put it in my salad spinner. If you don't have one of these, they're just invaluable. Take a look in the comment section. There's a link. And it just really does an amazing job of running the water or drying it out. So what I did was I washed it thoroughly, rinsed it thoroughly, and then I put it in the spinner. And voila, it gets all of the water out. So it's pretty much nothing left, okay? So now what we're going to do is, I already have some spring mix here, and we're just gonna add it to it, and then we're going to mix it up a little bit. And just for presentation purposes, I will actually just leave the toppings on top. And just kind of put it in 4/4. So I'm just mixing this up just so that it's got a nice mixture of the romaine. It has the spring mix. It has the kale. And you'll see just how pretty it is. This is actually, we're having spaghetti and meat sauce tonight. And this amazing salad. So just beautiful, as you can see. Just a nice mixture there. And all we're going to do is then add our toppings. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can take it, mix it all around. What I'm going to do, I've got some carrots. I'm just going to put the carrots in 1/4. I chopped up some cucumbers. We're going to put it in another section. And the other thing about this, doing it like this, is after obviously people get into it, but if someone doesn't like something, you know, if they're kind of picky, maybe let them go first so they can pick around it. But we've got the tomatoes. The other thing that I do oftentimes with my salads is I'll also put these things separate, and then especially if I have a large party. I just know the people that are coming, I know they like eating everything, so I'm just mixing it together. And then I've got some red onions, okay? So there we have it. Look at this amazing salad. Just so colorful. That's one of the things you want to look for. You can add all kinds of things to this. You can even, in fact, cut up an apple and put apple diced apple in here. You can put mandarin oranges. It's just endless. You could put squash or zucchini, whatever you like. That's what you want. Whatever also gets you to eat more salad, raw vegetables, raw greens is going to be great. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, kind of a mixture. We had a dish, semi-dish here that we made along with our last little visit out to the raised garden, and hope yours is doing well. And please, please, please send me some comments. Let me know how things are going for you. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, just hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to make sure it's up in the picture in the round circle. If not, just go below, kind of where the comments are. You can subscribe there. I come out with an episode every other week. And my theme is really trying to find recipes that are simple, delicious, and a healthier version. Can't get any healthier than homegrown vegetables, right? So thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.